Good morning, folks. Welcome back. Um, Here we go again. I just looked for fun. This is my 110th one of these. Apparently, I started on May 15th. So I guess next Thursday will be 6 months of doing these, which is cool. Um, yeah. Alrighty. So I confess, like the other day, I've done a little bit in advance. First off, we'll come over here and show you this stuff. This is cool. This is the boat that I made last night that will be used as part of this process. There's our little alien dude that we made 2 weeks ago, but I did finally get him rigged so you can see what he looks like. There's him. Got him, her, them rigged yesterday, and then just made some bullshit boat. And the engine and the treasure chest, for lack of a better word, I actually 3D scanned at the British Columbia Farm Equipment Museum last April, but I think they look cool. So, concept being is that the remains of the person are in here, kind of obviously, and this guy is bringing them to the cemetery funeral area. Um, yeah, so that was that, and I made a illustration for that yesterday just for funsies. But there's really not too much to this boat. I um, took a cube, I subdivided it, I stretched it. I guess not in that order. I stretched it, then I subdivided it so we get the curves, and then I applied, you know, random flow to it to get the panels, and then extruded that up and used, oh yeah, and then used random flow to do the cloth bits here for the very attractive looking silk, pillow that he's got. Behold, the attractive silk pillow. And then the tarp is just for me, and I know it's just for funsies. So let's go to the elephant wall in the room. I was just playing a little bit, and I made this yesterday, and I kind of like it, so I'll keep it. This is just using auto building, and you can see it looks like that. There's nothing. Let me go back here. Complicated about it. The one kind of neat thing is that there are two sets of horizontal creases. Well, there are three actually, but horizontal creases you can use. We're using mostly around here, horizontal A with the profiles because we're doing a 0.66, so it's over half. So it's using instead of using a mesh, it's building a object from a curved profile and just extruding it around. But there's this cool thing I hadn't played with yet, and that's the top edges can have a separate profile. So we created a top profile, and really all it is the other one stretched more vertically. There's nothing complicated about it. But we turn it back on. Come on. And exit edit mode. It gives us that cool railing. We could have used the parapet stuff that's built into it, the roof, but then we would have had it along these sections too, and I didn't want that. So this way we get, and we can make it have more of an interesting form. So that's cool. But you can see we still have the same original sized ones on the standard lower creases. And then I just threw some vertical ones in there for funsies. And then I put one more over here. You can see, just for kind of interest, no one but me will ever notice this. But along this edge here, we have one that is the other horizontal object. So I think I used like a 0.22, and it creates that kind of bumpy thing there. I just did that to divide the sections up. So, like it didn't take long, but I was just trying to come up with a design that I liked for the shape of the wall. And once I made it, I didn't feel like throwing it away. So the first thing we're going to do is mirror it, or not mirror it, array it. Yeah, it's already mirrored. Array it and give it a couple. Doesn't really matter. But it's not working right because it's after the auto building. So we're going to move it before the auto building, but after the mirror. And now we have this array. And I know it's off a little bit in size because we get this space because it extends out. So we need to come in here. And I know that the object, because I made it, is exactly 30 meters. So let's just do that. And now we got a seamless thing. But because we put that one lip thing on it, you see what I mean? We've got it there, going down. So it gives us kind of a cool, like this was built as components, which is what I was trying to do. And then we're done, right? We can stop. I kind of want to try and do a water thing here. I can speak, but let's go down and do a cell fluid thing and do a new fluid. And there it is. And 3, right? Or 1, or yeah. Okay. There we go. So we want it to come down. I want it to be at least that deep. The top doesn't matter. Size Y, I think we'll go 30 as well and get one full section of this thing. Yeah, that's cool. And then size X, I want to have a little bit of waves, but let's go with 30 as well. And then move it over to like here. Yeah. Something like that. And I'm actually going to take, oh, I'm on the wrong side. That's why. I'll be over here. I just said we're going to put their water on this side. I'll take this object and I'm going to actually duplicate it. And then on the duplicate, I'm going to remove essentially all of this stuff. And I'm going to move it to, well, what are we calling these things? Ground? Yeah, ground. I can speak. Ground. I don't have one. I think I just get this build one here. Ground, yeah. Make sure I get the right one. Yeah, I do. Ground. Where am I? Why do I not see it? I'm in Boatman. Find. Ground. Right? Too many groups. Let's see if it's right now. Here, yep. Ground, yes. There we go. There we are. Right. And then we're going to need some initial water. And I think we're just going to take this, 2, and initial. No, not there. Don't build it inside there. Scene, initial. There we go. That should put it at the end, right? Or somewhere. I have, no, still want to put it there. Delete hierarchy, piss off. I'm just gonna mount because it's annoying me. Shift A, mesh, cube, S, let's see, GZ 1.5, S2, I think, S Shift C, go up that high. That high seems good. Scale it down just a little bit. Control A, rotation scale, and M2 initial, new collection, chill water. here, initial water. And if we play, let's see, we just have water. That looks good, but it's kind of boring. We need to see it, yeah. Initial water, so rewind and play. And our problem here is it doesn't like to go out past those things. So let's fix that too. It doesn't like overhangs at all. So we're going to try to deal with that. By going to our ground and editing it. And we're just going to tab and 3 and GX back to there. Now we should be good. Let's see, rewind, play. Yeah. Now it won't intersect with that, but that should be okay. That's not going to be a huge thing for us. But it's still, I mean, kind of boring, right? It's not really doing what I want in any kind of an interesting set. So let's go here and Shift A, Mesh, Cube, and 1, 1, scale it, SZ, G to like there. Okay, let's just solo it and edit. And I'm gonna try something. I'm not sure if this will work, but I mean, actually, well, who cares, right? That's what the trying is about. And 3E, cool. And tab, Alt X, mirror it. Okay, and then apply that, and Q, array, and do that much, and then apply that. A, M by distance, get rid of our vertices, come back. Cool, yeah, that should be good. And let's bring it over to here. And what we're gonna do, we can actually thin it. Let's narrow it down to like here. And let's see, object set origin to geometry. Yep, to the center right there. Save again. Now let's come back in and at 0, or 1 rather, let us insert a location and rotation. Then at 50, let's see if this is enough. RY 259. What? 359. RY 359. I can count and insert location and rotation. Now, I never forget here, is it Control E? That's easing. We got to go to the other one, right? Dope sheet. I don't do this enough that I ever, no. Interpolation, no. Is it just E? E? No. What is it? Alt E? No. I'm gonna repeat. It's not easing. Keyframe type, no. How do I duplicate it? I used to know how to do this. A. Let's look. 1 second. Pardon me. Let's see. Let's see. Looping keyframes blender. I know it's simple. I just don't remember the control. Shift E. Right? Let's see. Graph editor. Yeah, this would be graph editor. Okay. Is that the problem? Graph editor. Shift E. There we go. Yeah. Make cyclic. There we go. That's what we wanted. Timeline. And now we should be able to see it. It is rotating. Cool. And now, if we put that object into M, new effector, or water effector, and come back to our water, yeah, I should have done it. Okay, now if we rewind and play, doesn't seem to be doing it. It's pushing it a little, but not much. Now let's see what happens if we, let's go back to 1, SZ, make it a lot bigger. Control A, rotation scale. Now let's see what happens. It's not impacting it. Oh, is it not in it? No, it's there. It should be water effector. Setup effect modifier. That's why. That's the problem. There we go. There we go. Oh, good morning, Michael. Didn't even see you there. Sorry, I was really focused on getting this working. It's too far out, I think, but it's kind of the right vibe. Let's rewind, grab this, and bring it over here. Let's see if we can just do insert location. Keep it, yes. And then 50 I insert location. Now let's see. Cool. Now we're getting some waveage. Could even do a little more, but let's see. Let's pause and just turn off the effector so I don't see it. Now that looks all right, I think. Making a blender in Blender, totally. That's, what else could I be doing? Let's edit this thing. Let's go back to 0. So it's straight up and down, tab. And then let's say 3 and 3, turn on proportional and make it linear. We really don't need to do this, but you know. Let's see what it does with that. Just curious. It's a little bit less pretty. Kind of good with that. It gives us a little bit of a wave. We're not going to keep the whole thing. We're just doing a still anyway. So let's kind of just roll forward till we find something we like. I really am liking that wave right there. That feels pretty good to me. Yeah, so let's keep it. We're not getting any inflows or outflows on this one. It's just a wave. So let's apply it. Now, here's a question. Do we want to array it? Do we want to stretch it? Do we want to do some combination of both those things? So come over here and set our cursor there. go with cursor. And here, if we go SY2, what does it look like? Because that'll take us to, that's still okay. That's not bad. And then if we were to go array that, how obvious is that it's screwing around? Maybe a little. But what happens if we adjust the offset slightly like that? Is that better? I think that's acceptable. I don't think anyone's going to notice that that doesn't line up properly, right? And okay, I mean, I don't like our watercolor that we're using for it, but um, we can fix that. That's easy enough. Actually, we need to do this one. Although I will, now that I pull it over, let's, like, wait, it's not one of my textures that we're using. I don't need this. Okay, and close the area. And we're just going to use polygonic again, continuing with that. I like that green one. It's probably not super appropriate for deeper out, but I just like it. So we're going to use it. And we're going to probably darken it a little bit though. Yeah, well, let's see. Convert to editable. We're getting a little bit of weirdness when it, let's bring the color down. And water roughness. Oh, it's not awful. Like from over here, we might have a problem with it though. Well, let's see. You know what? We've got the space to deal with this, so let's see if we can't fix it the way we like it. And that I think is going to mean. Let's see. Do we apply this? We're going to try it. Apply it. And I don't want to. I just want to see by object this time. Okay. And if we were just doing the surface, it would be fine. But we're trying to get the water depth as well. Can we? I mean, I know we can. Let's see. Let's do it this way. Remesh it. Oh, that's too weird. Interesting. Why is, oh, because it doesn't have a bottom. That is a problem. Let's fix that. That might fix a lot of our stuff anyway. There we go. Turn off our array. So the sucker tab. Guess it can't really have a bottom, can it? Well, it can, I suppose. Let's see. 2. Select everything. No, but we'll get it. There we go. And there we go. And E, G, Z, turn off proportional, GZ, down, SZ0, and F. Oh, no. Let's see, turn off, get rid of those. Don't want that selected, whatever. I don't know why it was, but E, GZ, SZ0. Right. Okay. Well, fine. F. Yeah. I don't care. So let's see. 2. That one. And that one, and edge, bridge edge loops. There we go. Now we have a bottom. Okay. Now we don't need any of those faces. So X, dissolve faces, just to 1. Yep. Make our lives easier. Turn back on our array. Now let's just see what it looks like. Now that it has a bottom. It's actually better. Yeah, no, it's still kind of wonky there. But now let's save, just in case we need to come back to here. Applying that, modifying it, add a remesh. And that makes it look pretty damn good. Apply it. I mean, it's a little bit big, right? Let's see. It's not even too bad. We're at what? 2.5 million polys for water? I mean, it's not actually that high for water. Oh God, yes, I know. Why are those few verts selected is like my nightmare. I think it's every 3D person's nightmare. Like, great. So all we did was just, merge it all together to get rid of the faces in the middle. But I think it made it pretty good water. Let's go ahead and decimate it. We can. There's no reason not to. It's only 700. It's under. You know what? Screw it. It's really not that high. Yeah, I mean, fine. Let's take it down to like 0.5. I don't think it will even notice it, so we might as well get the polys back if we can. I mean, yeah, that looks good. I'm gonna apply it. There's no reason not to. And unsolo. We have water on one side. We can put water on both sides if we need to, but let's wait and see what our setup's going to be. And actually, I'll put water on both sides. But I think what I'm going to do is cube 7 scale Shift C. Oh, individual origin. Sure. There we go, a little more. No, don't rotate it. A little more. Doesn't even matter. Take it over, and then 1 GZ. Bring it back down to like roughly there. Sure, it's like roughly to our starting point. Control A, rotation scale, and give it the same water pond. Yep, the other one has. Because it's flat, because here's our rough side and there's our seawall. So like this is the urban side that should be, crashing blender. It has been a real bitch the last couple days. I think it's the new video driver from NVIDIA. Because like I said, I was having problems trying to render afterward yesterday. Okay, and I'm going to remove ground. I don't need it anymore. I don't even need these anymore, too. These can just go away. Delete. Oh. Delete that. Delete hierarchy. There we go. No need for those because we've applied it. Save again. Whee! Let's go take a look. Yeah. So, I mean, we could add a little bit more roughness to it if we wanted to. It's not, but that side's looking awesome. Like, that's looking epic. I mean, maybe. Let's just delete it. And Alt-D. Take it over here. And actually, let's just to make sure. Yeah, let's make sure. Let's make it its own object just so we don't mess with it too much. And let's scale it down on the Z axis. And out on the y-axis, bring it over. And now it's essentially, I mean, it's the same water, but we never notice. And one, let's bring it up a little bit. There we go. We have water on both sides. But this one's much calmer than this side because we just flattened it and stretched it. And a word, yay. And there's our dudes in his boat. Almost looks like he's got a little weight going on there just from the way the water hit, which is completely false, but cool. So there you go. Do I have another object in here? Looks like I do. Yep, delete it. Save. Alrighty then. Yeah, so this is the seawall and the concourse that leads to the cemetery area, which we'll probably do tomorrow. I don't think we're going to get to both today. But the idea is that take this over to the other side too, I think. I might have to fix the line there, but I kind of want it to be further out like that. Although it kind of just looks like another wave. Anyway, the people walk, the body is taken by boat. So that there's a separation during the process, and no person would ever ride the boat. And as I said yesterday, or that's kind of neat. No human is supposed to pilot the boat. From whatever reason, from when this planet was first colonized, the initial inhabitants are the ones that drive the boats to get from here to there. And we're going to need to like scoop out the water in here, I think, in a minute. Yeah, it's looking all right. You know what? Actually, since I've separated them out, I'm just gonna make that its own thing too. Bring it in a little bit. Join it. Let's see what happens again. We're just gonna remesh it again because I want it bigger. That's not right. This is too high. GZ, no. Undo. There we go. GZ down. GX. GZ down. Just to try to line it up as much as possible. It's not gonna be exact, but that'll be okay. I can fix it post if I needed to, but I hate fixing things in post. Remesh. I mean, that looks pretty good. I have no strong issue with that. And apply it. This time I think we will. That was the critter I made him, what, last weekend? Weekend before last in a coffee shop with my friend. It's a local boat for local people, correct. So decimate. We will shrink this down. Yeah. I go to like 0.5. We could handle the polys, but I'd like to keep it low if possible. It just makes our life easier. Yeah, so the concept being so far in this world, we've talked about the lower city, which we've kind of seen by inference there is then an upper city. These guys live in what is known as the outer city. So essentially, every time a new group shows up on this planet, they push the other one, the one that was there before, further down and away from the islands that have value that people are trying to use. So when the lower city people showed up, they, were bastards to the people who are now in the outer city. And then the empire showed up and literally just built down on top of the lower city. Which you could probably make a fairly accurate assessment of how I feel about humans and politics from that, but hey. But either because initially long ago it was kind of unclean sort of thing, so they didn't want to bother with it. The people, or from a, I don't know, religious standpoint, it's so long ago it's hard to say. The local populace are the ones that deal with dead bodies. Um, and I just think that's cool and kind of a little bit different. So I'm into that. Let's save. So now we can start doing some other cool stuff. At least I hope it's cool. Um, so my idea here is that no, they're not the gondolas because they're not really welcome in Lower City, just Outer City. So they are like the unclean caste from old school Japanese feudal era, which is kind of good because a lot of this population is Japanese. Um, and yeah, they don't often set foot in the Lower City. They're probably legally allowed to, but they're not really that welcome. Okay, so anyway, what I was thinking was way down here is going to be our island for the cemetery. It's just a separate island off to the side. And because of who I am, it's going to be where the starport is on top of. So it's going to be entirely covered by a giant steel platform over there, you know, honored dead, just because I find that, again, you could make some assessments how I feel about humans and politics from this. Um, so the road out is going to be on top of this road here, is what I was thinking. So maybe, yeah, we saved, right? Yep. Let's go open a new Blender. And where is it? Maybe I think we pull it from here, right? Well, no, let's pull it from the older one. Or is that the older one? That is the older one. Yes, the bridge is an older enough one that it'll work. I'm losing track of where different versions of objects have been made and propagated, which is one of the things that becomes really important to pay attention to when you're working on a team. But fortunately, I am not. So screw it. Upper level, go away. We want that thing. Specifically, we want this thing, which is the center one. Copy objects. Paste. Yeah. And we're going to just get rid of this there, which should get rid of all. Yep. 7. And it's pretty big, isn't it? This gives you an idea how big we are in comparison to our city. That's because this is a smaller object in our city. But here it's pretty big. So we're going to put one here. And we're going to mirror it onto the other side. Just about perfect. Cool. And then we're going to alt duplicate it and bring it, not that, duplicate this. And bring it. What are you being? Oh, it's because relations. No, we have none. There's nothing weird going on with this one anymore. It's not parented to anything because I deleted the stuff. Yep. Alt D. But you're still not. Or is that the plane? That is the plane. Fine. Somehow I'm still getting a solo. Let's go to here. Ah, it's attached to the plane. Yeah. I shouldn't be though. Relations plane. Gone. Plane. Delete. There we go. Now we're good. Now we can make it work. Over here. Mirror. There we go. You feel like I'm not cool with colonizers? I can't imagine why you'd think that, man. Yeah, something like that. There we go. As much as like it's huge, maybe I want it a little closer just for scaling purposes. I think we're going to add another array to this guy too. Count so he goes past up. Yeah, there we go. We may even add more. Something like that, I think, is good. Yes. I'm just going to get rid of this building. We don't need it anymore. And now, let's see, Shift A, mesh, cube? Sure. 1, SX, to there, GZ, there, tab 3, GY, to there. Cool. Good, 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 good. Tab. Now, that should be the right height. No, sorry, that's too high because this is the middle ring, so it's about there. That's the right height. There we go. That's better. Yeah. Okay, we'll go up a little bit though. Just trying to match somewhat to our city, but I'm not trying to be slave to it. I'm not gonna like measure to the micrometer. Yes, yeah, very much, right? And figure this is only a fraction of the seawall too. Like it goes on for a long time. And originally, none of this stuff existed, so it would all be in the rain. But now it's not going to be because, or shrink it in, the Empire has built crap on top, which I just think is really interesting to me, for me. And I'm the only one who has to be interested, so that's okay. Tab 3, tab, Shift Q. Let's random, actually, we could do it in tab. Shift Q, random slice, inset with a max distance of 0.25, 0.5, 1. 1 might be all right. Just going for that like Star Wars plates underneath vibe. And I think that covers that. That's pretty good for that. We could maybe do slightly more. Let's see 200, see what it looks like. 200 is kind of neat. Yeah, I like having some of those smaller ones. Okay, Control Save. And they're not even going to bother. So in the city, they've put a lot of the ground of the upper floor is a mesh to let the light and well the rain through. But out here, this is essentially just a highway to the starport, and since no one lives here, they're not going to bother. So it's just going to be covered. They're just that obnoxious. And material. Let's go see. Let's try Blender Governor's plating shader because it gives us a oh, can't do an edit mode. And it doesn't have color, but it could. It's the non-manual trashy underworld version of the Pillars of the Kings. Yes, that's what it is. You are correct, sir. That is the same one I used here too, which is neat, right? Some material here. We got plating shader. Yeah, let's just go to actually that one because I think I liked it better. Gives us more lights. Yeah. I think we'll make it a bit brighter material and we add some variety to it. And the way we can do that, let's solo it, 7, 9, so we can see the underneath side. If we come here, grab it all and Shift Q, I gotta do actually random color, random V color. We can select by sharpness groups and let's see if it'll let me just do my preset and then change it. Medium bright. Okay, by sharp. No, is there not? Maybe it's all just one. It thinks it's one. Island. That's fine. I actually like that color just fine anyway. So we just made it a little bit brighter. We'll leave the pillars dark though. Like that just looks oppressive as hell. Which I am down with. We're gonna need to add some more lighting to it, but we're getting there. I mean, we're only at 45 minutes. We're doing good. So let's just new collection, upper city again. We'll be consistent, and maybe we'll just put these there too. Upper city, right? And turn it off for right now. Cool. And yeah, that's looking good. We need some lights. And I think I was debating whether I wanted to go totally low tech on this, like it's very old school, but I think they will have modernized reasonably. They'll keep their traditions, but we'll put some streetlights here. I wasn't entirely sure, but I think that's what we'll do. At least to start. It'll make lighting it easier. And, let's see. Where was his streetlights? Ian's light. Parking lot light. Let's see what this one looks like. Is this the one we were using? No, but we'll use it. It was not, but it also works. And GZ down. I'm actually going to be okay. Just so I can get it lined up because I'm just being, RZ90. There we go. And then we'll bring it out to here. Not quite that far. Out to like there. Can we mirror it? No, we can't because it's a group. Which is fine. We can get close enough. That feels pretty close. Certainly close enough for concept art. Alt D GY 30? Yep. Cool. 30. And then that lets us Shift R and do it again. Shift R, do it again. Shift R, do it again. We have light disease. Let's see. Is it bright enough? Do we need to tweak it? Ian's got his stuff there. They're not really super bright on this thing, are they? Do I have to realize all the instances on them? That's going to really annoy me. Oh, no, it's kind of adding light. Save. I'm just going to turn down our sky and see. Now we're getting some light there from it. Can always, let's set a camera now just to sort of see. There's our shitty dude. Cool. Camera, photographer, exposure. I'm gonna take it to 8. There we go. We're just gonna ramp the light that way. That works for me. And I'm just gonna move all of these here into M, new collection, street lights, so I can keep them kind of out of my way and turn them off if I want to. Okay. Now, it's almost like wood, but I guess it's okay. So here's the thing. This is not going to be wet now because it's all underneath. But we want wet outside, which is one of the reasons why I made that rain plane yesterday. Because now we can do this. Before, if we wanted to make that rain plane bigger to move it further away from the camera, all of our raindrops would get bigger. But now we can control all that stuff via the procedural. RZ90. Okay. And to scale it. And then scale it. And scale it, just the whole thing a bit. RY90. G, and bring it up to here. There we go. And then we can even just mirror that on both sides. And M, new collection, rain. Trying to keep it a little organized. Let's see, we may have to control A, rotation scale. We may have to adjust the scale in the object, but we can do that. Yeah. That one's off, looking weird. This one's looking right. This one's looking wrong. I'm gonna, you know what? We're just gonna not do it this way. Get rid of the hops. Just do one side and then Alt D, GX, and across to this side. And why is it angling? Control A, rotation scale. It should just be coming straight down. Both of them should be coming straight down. Okay. That's bizarre. Let's go look and see what's going on. And solo it. And did my rotations go away? That's bizarre. Okay, let's go to 0 again, or scale of 1. We just have noise. And scale of X. Yeah. Right, and then Y. But they should be straight. Object. 1. I'll just do it this way. 0.1. 0.01. This is the advantage that we can tweak it. 0.0001. And I'm going to look at it from here. And it's probably more realistic at this point. Sorry, other direction. But this was working before. Of course, I just rescaled the whole hell out of this thing, so you know, whatever. Let's go scale of 1. We'll do it for reals here now, and then we'll just adjust the scale of rain, make it look right, and It's not even applying. Oh, because I'm on object generated 1. Yeah, weird. Okay, scale. Get a bit of a scale just so I can see some stuff. And then scale X. Why is it going at an angle though? That's just strange. Oh, now it's going less. There we go. Now we're getting there. Now we're getting there. Or I guess 150. Yeah, same thing. Let's not go to negatives. And then increase the scale. Okay, and then let's just come back to here. I mean, those are huge raindrops maybe, but let's see what it looks like. Can always just increase the scale again here to like, we're at like 25, 30. 30 is going to be big at this point. Not 300, 30. 38, right? Yeah, okay, cool. And what this other noise thing does is it adds those black areas. So it's not a constant sheet. It just gives us a little bit of, and we can adjust that as we wish. Because rain kind of falls in sheets, right? It's not always universally across. But that's looking pretty good. Come back to layout. I'm liking that one. Yeah, they both look good now. Cool. And our world. Go. Maybe take it all the way to black or almost black. We have rain coming down. Now let's see if we can use an HDR to get us even more interest. Okay. But yeah, we'll come back to that. Let's play with. I'm kind of jumping around, but I want to make visually things a bit cooler first, if I can. We'll add that. We got our rain though. That was the biggest thing. Want to make sure that was working. Cool. Now, maybe we should do some people. Another thing I want to do, 7, is Alt Z, grab all that stuff, and GZ, just take it off screen, somewhere there. Okay. People. I haven't tried that in a while. So we can just do standard milling around people pretty easily. Done that. Get rid of this guy. See if I can remember how to do the population with the crowd. Object. Can I do that? And classic mode. We want to do follow curve. Yes. Follow curve. Okay. And 2. So we'll just grab this, that. That seems cool. Q, curve extract. I don't need to have a thing, but here. I'm just gonna M, new collection, crowd curve, just to keep it off its own space. 0. Let's see. I want to add a new person. Casual, category, walking, not working, walking. Slow walk. And let's see what it does. Well, I didn't give it a, do you have to have it just selected and that's how it works? Let's see. I don't remember. um, get rid of these so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Crowd curve. Okay. And standard and Anna and add a new person. Oh, walk. Andre doesn't, did he not have it? Remove Andre. Andre, male slow walk, add a person. We're gonna figure it out. Business, Kareem, standard walk, add person, and then slow walk, also add the person, and then Monica, slow walk, add person. Okay. Follow curve, yep. Curve is selected. Import. Let's see what it does. Trying to remember. I don't think I've ever done a follow curve one with these. Curve, population, where are they? I don't see anybody. So where are these people that are supposed to be following my curve? May have to figure this out on my own later, just because I don't want to just sit here and be like, for whatever. But what curve are we using? Population follow curve. Let's just go look at the geometry node, see what it's doing. I wonder if we can just do that. Let's see. Tab. Select this one. Ooh, gross. Okay, that's a problem. Yeah, let's solo that. Tab. 1, Alt Z, B, X vertices. Okay, tab. There we go. Now, object, add modifier, geometry nodes. Let's just see if we can do it this way. Crowd, population follow, population follow curve 1. There we go. I don't know how to make it select it, but we could just brute force our way through it if we want to, which is what we're doing. And delete that one. And then this one. There we are. Solo 7. Let's see. RZ 180. Okay, we need to make it a little bit narrower. Spread width back in like that. Quite a bit more. There we go. 7. Even a bit more. Cut it in, not out. There we go. That actually seems like a pretty good number of people for what I was trying for too. It's not bad. We're going to add a few customs of our own, which is the secret, I think, to making a group look right, is to have both some of these crowd objects and then some actual regular ones. Let's see. You guys are not random coloring much, are you? Come on. Let's go to our world, make our light way brighter so we can see what the heck we're doing. No, they are. Okay. We're definitely going to need a few other people. All right, and count 20, sure. That's interesting. Good to know. Okay. And we had random color set. Yep. Let's add 1 or 2 casuals, filthy casuals. Gary. I like Gary with book 1. Add new person. And is he there? Maybe. That's cool. Does he not have shoes on? No, he just has brown shoes. Okay, I was like, what? Save. Okay. That's good for that, though. Let's create a few other people, or bring in a few other people. I want a couple of the Japanese folk from the Big Beam Small Kit. Excuse me, I have to sneeze. Excuse me. Pardon me. All right. File, open recent. Where is he? Often worker post. There's the female one. We'll start there. We don't have to worry about umbrellas, which makes it nicer. I like this one with the mask. If I were to go through, I can go through with the posed ones and I could change all their outfits and such, but I can't do that, I don't think, on the pre ones, which is fine. Control V. Object, set origin to 3D cursor. Object, set origin, geometry to origin. Dot. GZ. Up. RZ 180. And GZ again. There we go. And by putting our better objects nearer to lights, we will draw attention to them more than we will the other ones. So that's how we can kind of make people look without We'll grab her too. We'll use them both. Actually, well, yeah. Sure, we'll use them both. Object, set origin, 3D cursor. And we're just gonna, it's easier just to see this way. GZ, RZ 180. And bring her forward slightly. And no, she was right. Okay, there we go. Does it make sense that they're going to walk into a wall? Maybe not, but people are weird that way, so they'll turn. Let's grab this one here with her umbrella, because I like that idea, because we want to show umbrellas, I think, on the actual cemetery island. Bring her up and over and kind of more like to there, but let's move her over to the side more so the light will catch her face better. Something like that. And now let's add a few dudes. File, open, don't save, up, just man. And let's see. Who do we want to use? Let's get that guy. And bring him over. Over to there. Something like that could be good. And then let's just bring in one or two sort of more sci-fi looking people. So we'll get them from big, medium, small. And what set? It doesn't really feel like an industrial one's going to be the right one. I'm not sure that these guys are necessarily better, but let's try and see. He's going to be a little out of place, but that's okay. Now let's again bring him back over here so he'll catch light on his face instead of on his back, in theory. We could even create one or two more guys if we want to on our own, just to have. Maybe let's do one. Let's make one person. Be quite a, popular. Funeral. So we'll do a human generator. Human generator. There we go. Male or female? Let's do male today. I mean, Asian seems appropriate given that we've got the Japanese world, and we've already got a couple of Asian guys. So maybe let's do something. I just like him. We'll do Julius. He's just so ugly looking. It's awesome. He's not ugly looking, but he's got character. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay. Cool. He's a shorty too. We need to increase his height maybe. Randomize his body. Yeah. Age is 50 seems good. Face, we'll randomize all. Height, yeah, 5'4" is not. Come on, go higher. 5'8" sounds fine. We just need to fix this bug. Height, skin, main, randomize all, turn on subsurface scattering. Sure. I admit to being a little bit, fast on this one here. Like, I don't care. Oh, now we need to go back and set this from fast to accurate. And clothing. I want to give him something sci-fi so he stands out a little bit. Steam Jack. It's probably going to be good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oop. Okay. And then next, pose. He's walking. And all these walking poses are not great, as I recall, but we're going to use them anyway. This is the best one, I think. Yep. Where do we want to put him? I'll put him here. Sure. Actually, maybe we'll move this guy over here, and we'll put this guy back there. Yeah, I think that looks good. And then expression. Sad. We'll just give him a straight up sad expression. Okay, and then here I just want to, for whatever reason it does this, I don't know. Add a modifier, smooth. Above that. Yeah, that works. Add a modifier here, smooth. Let's put it above the cloth armature. Cool. Just so it's not quite so jaggedy. And back, and we're going to show his hair just so I can see he's got it. Yep. Save. Okay, so now we have all these people standing around. It's a whole, funeral procession. And kind of like that. I kind of liking like something like this as a shot because it gets our boat too. We're gonna obviously need to go more. Photographer lens 35. That gives enough. Maybe 28. 28 is enough if we want to do that much. Cool. Resolution. Oh, this gives more too, right? No, less actually. Okay. Save. Even better. Let's turn back on the upper city. See what we're getting. And turn back on rain. You can see it's there. We need to add more to our camera because it's clipping at 500. There we go. And I'm going to need to do more with this too. I'm going to just, do I want to just join them? No, I'm just going to fake it. I'm just kind of debating whether how, Alt D, there. And that's probably good enough. And then we're just gonna take this one and duplicate again and move it over. So we got full on rain, full on that side. Don't even really need this side. I'm just gonna remove it for right now because it will speed things up to not have it. I guess I didn't need to increase the width of that, but you know, that's okay. Save. And let's now add an HDR. Import HDR images, and cloudy night seems good because we're going for the constant rain. I think we've used them before, but there it is. We might have to rotate it around a little bit. So let's turn it on. And I think we're gonna have to change the brightness on it because it tends to make them a little brighter than I want them to be. Yes, it's a little brighter, or either it's a little brighter or other things are not bright enough. Could be both, but that's very cool looking. That is definitely the angle that I want. World. Let's take the exposure of -1. Yes. Yes. Photographer, brightness, exposure. Let's take it to 6. Still dark. We might need to add another light. Let's go to 7. Cool. Save. That rain's looking awesome back there. That's definitely what I wanted to do. And I think we are going to add some lights to this thing. 7, 9 to flip it, tab. There we go. And we have some just panels we can just turn into lights, right? So we know that this is kind of the side we want to light here. Because this is the side the camera's on. So if we take that, 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 I'm just kind of randomly grabbing some panels, to be honest. That, yeah, we'll leave it out. Yeah. Let's try this for first. Inset it. And E up just a bit, just because I like doing that. I don't know if there's really a reason for it, but anytime I get to add height changes, I like doing it. And gorgeous in a depressing way? Yeah, that's kind of the vibe, right? And cool, I think, because it's of the upper world. The lower world is warm, the upper world is cool. It's kind of been my, and let's make it like a 50. Save. And let's see, unsolo. That might actually be too bright now, but it's getting the vibe across. Say like 25. Yeah, I think like 25 looks good. Cool. Love it when a plan comes together. What else can we do? So we haven't, I think the first thing I want to do is add a bevel modifier to this. And bring it 5. 5 isn't right. We're not. Let's see. tab. Control A, rotation scale. Bevel. Why are you not showing up on it? That's bizarre. Yeah, fine. Yeah, CA5 should not be right. I think that's better. Oh, because we're mirrored, that's why. So that should be fine. Then I just have to think of it this way. Okay, 3 E. And does that change it over there? Yeah, it does. E. Just want to double check. Yes, it does. Just adding a little bit more to it for me. Whether or not anyone ever can even really notice it or not, I don't know, but I just kind of like it. Actually, though, I'm gonna undo all that. Particularly that, undo that. There we go. Okay. Before we do that, let's just Shift G area and Shift G area. I'm just going to grab a few more faces. Start with that for right now. And Shift Q, slice, and give me a few more. Oh. I like having that. Yep. I like having a bit more variance there. And I don't know why, but I do. Do we want a bench? I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but would a bench be cool here? Like have, I feel like we need something there and there. I don't know. Let's go look. Actually, Grand Bazaar would have a good one probably, right? Let's see. Set dressing. They're a little different in style, but maybe. I don't know. They're a little kind of. Can I even see it really from there? Not particularly well. Maybe from another shot, but how do I feel about it? I kind of want something there, but I'm not sure that bench is it. I don't hate it. Oh, my audio's clipping again. Gotta love when that happens. Or just about done time anyway, so yeah, it's okay. 0. We'll leave it. It's not bad. I feel like we're getting the right kind of vibe, and I like that we're going into the light over here. I think that's working well for me. camera photographer, focus. Let's set it on this guy here. I like that. Our boat is a little under focused. It's kind of hard to even see. We might cheat that just a titch. Lights, Shift A, light, area, GZ, up, GZ, up, and we can, I'm glad. I like this one a lot too. 90 to make it a lot focused. Change our color temperatures to insanely hot and cold, so therefore cold looking. And make 25. Let's see if that's too bright. Now we've shortened it up. Let's see. That feels better. If we turn it off. All right, no, that's better. We could cheat just a bit more. And I think we will. Shift A, light, area. Because we don't have any fog or any rain in here, we actually have a little bit more flexibility to play because we don't have to worry about things bouncing. So we can have lights that literally, as you see, exist in the middle of nowhere. It's a fake CG light. It does nothing, but it's not going to interact with anything between here and here, and it's not going to show up on its own because there's no. If there was a fog, you get a big glow right there. That would be a pain in the ass to deal with, and you'd have to motivate it in some way, and instead of just crashing Blender. All right, we'll just open it from here. I think it's saved. I think I saved that thing in there. I'm getting used to saving all the time. This version's just gotten super unstable on me. It used to be so good. No. Did I lose the overhead lights? Did I lose both those lights? I lost both those lights. God damn it. But I do have the bench still. All right, we'll add the light back. Shift A, light, area, GZ, up, GY. Maybe I'll just try to do it with just the one. Angle it slightly. Light, spread of 90, save it. Color temperature of like 9,000. Strength 25. Save it again. Let's see. Oh yeah, I hope that. I mean, it's not a complicated shader. It was just a matter of kind of getting something that worked. And I felt like I've been doing enough rain. I should share it. You know, my pleasure. That's better. Did I? Oh no, I got to turn on the Overcity. Right? Is it off? Upper City on. Yeah. Now he's too bright. But 10. Without him, nothing. Not nothing, but I think it's working. I don't think it feels obviously weird lit too. I'm liking that. Let's just go and turn our passepartout or whatever you fucking call it, French, up. There we go. Just so it's only showing us our scene. Cool. So it kind of feels like even though this guy's actually a little bit beside and behind, like he's leading the way just in the frame. So you've got that up to here, across, everything's pushing that way. I think that's pretty damn good. Focus is set correctly. We want to change our mispass to 0 and to 50 because it resets it every time you change something, which is okay. Cool. I mean, I think we're good, folk. Um, I'll get this posted up, and hopefully, if Blender doesn't crash with a CUDA era every time I try to render something, it won't take too long. There's a lot less rain, so it should be faster. Um, yeah, and we'll be back again tomorrow. And tomorrow we will do the actual funerary. Yeah, it's a weird word to say. Island. Um, and that should be fun. I think we're kind of going to go with Shades of Andor a little bit. I think that the concept behind these people is that their bodies go to increase the size of the islands. So it's going to kind of be like a brick island growing out there, so that as they die, they go to add land for their descendants. I just think it'd be kind of cool. Um, but I think so. I think that's kind of the vibe we're going to go with it for tomorrow, and we'll do the funerary island cemetery, whatever we want to call it. Have this thing actually go somewhere. Um, but yeah, thanks everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow or